Good afternoon. I'm Patrick Frazier, and I'm very excited to introduce our guests on today's special edition of Franciscan Beat. Joining me in the studio is Isaac Iniguez, a student here at Franciscan with a passion for art. He runs the Instagram account @IsaacMakesArt, which is best known for its spin on religious icons of beloved saints dressed in household gear. Thanks for coming, Isaac.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Major, Myers-Briggs, Enneagram, blood type.
Yeah, classic Franciscan questions.
Yes, obviously.
So a little bit about me. I'm from Arizona, Mesa, Arizona. I'm a marketing major, senior marketing major, also grad student doing the 4+1 program here at Franciscan. I'm also president of Excite, and I have a couple other swap jobs to keep me busy.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
So marketing major, that's interesting. You wouldn't really think of that as being somebody that does a lot of art. So it's like, what was it that drew you to art?
Yeah, so my entire life, ever since I was a wee little boy, I've always been inclined to, or interested in art. Always started out drawing all the time, ever since I was little. And my parents would always enroll me in summer courses that varied from painting to sculpture, any different art medium, although I always gravitated towards drawing itself. When I went to high school, that's when I started to play around a little bit more with like oil painting, some gouache painting, different mediums and that sort, to the point where one of my artworks was actually exhibited in a art exhibit at a community college local to where I live. But yeah, that's a little bit about backstory of how I got into art.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So obviously, it's like the household saints. Everybody loves them. Like,
right.
I'm pretty sure most of the households out there, they've got icons. So what are some of your kind of goals with like creating art?
So my goals as creating art is just to have fun. I do it because I love to do it. It all started out not only because I wanted to make an icon for my household in his image, and I thought it'd be funny to put our household gear on it. And then one of my coordinator at the time, he suggested it to the rest of the coordinators. He put it in the group chat, and he's like, "Hey, my buddy could do this for you guys if you guys are interested." Well, after my permission, of course. But he said that would be a great idea to make a little bit money on the side, and also like keep doing what I enjoy doing. So that's kind of like where I went with that, and I enjoy doing it. So
yeah. I know. I'm actually in Fisher's Men, and like a bunch of us have like the little sticker, or like the little pin with like the St. Andrew icon. So yeah, it's like everybody thinks it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, you kind of touched on like the inspiration behind the household saints. What are some of the lessons you've learned like from being an artist and like from your time in Excite?
Oh man, something I've learned, and also like speaking to other artists here on campus and everywhere I go to, like I think you'll find that you'll never be like your artwork will never be perfect. There's always something that you can critique it on yourself, and then everyone else like says, "Oh my gosh, it's perfect," and you're always like critiquing your own art, and sometimes you just have to sit back and realize that it's never going to be perfect. But as long as you feel content with it, and you bring joy to others that are looking at it, that's all I guess the best you could do with it. But yeah.
Perhaps the most important question of all: when are we gonna see a saint in an Excite shirt? Ultimate crossover right there, man.
Yeah, bring both worlds together, right? I don't know when I get the time. It takes quite a bit to put them together. So typically, when I'm a business major, so I don't have the most homework. But when I get time aside, usually I'll spend it towards creating some more art.
So what is kind of like the whole process of like creating the saints and like that kind of artwork? What does that look like?
So typically, what it would look like, I would look for a reference image. So I'd go on Google Images, classic, or if you have a picture of an icon that you already like, take a picture of that. From that, I'll use I draw on an iPad, and I basically it's like tracing over it, but also adding in my own, I paint a mental picture of like what the gear would look like on them and kind of draw what a hoodie would look like on them or a t-shirt. And then I also recreate the logo on the gear, and it just kind of all comes together in a bunch of different layers graphically. And this is a skill that I didn't really pick up until like 2 years ago. That's when I really branched into graphic design and graphic artwork, mostly because of quarantine. I decided, oh, this is something that I should probably get into. This looks like fun. And so I decided to just pick it up, and that's where I made my first one for our household, and it kind of just took off from there. So
some people in quarantine are like, I'm gonna make sourdough, and then there's some people that are like, I'm gonna make an icon.
Yep. there's a lot of good things too that came out from quarantine. So, and that maybe not just for me, but for others, I think.
Fans of sourdough bread for sure.
Yes, exactly.
So one thing that we like to do here on the show is we kind of like to close like a little outro of like, you say blank Steubenville. So would you like to do the honors of outroing us?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for joining us, and stay creative, Steubenville.